So let's begin in child's pose. Big toes together, sit the hips back as far as feels comfortable and rest the head down. Just taking a few breaths here, inhaling into the back. And with the exhale, you're going to think of gently lifting up through the pelvic floor and drawing the belly button inwards and upwards. So we're going to do that a few times at your own pace, nice and easy, take your time. And then we're going to start to walk the hands over to the left hand side, reach in, gently pressing the chest towards the mat. You should feel a stretch through the right side of the body. And gently release, start to walk the hands to the opposite side. Allow the chest to sink down towards the mat, just take a deep breath here. Start to bring the hands back to center, lift the chest slightly and then start to reach that right arm up as you inhale. On your exhale, thread that arm through close to the knees, maybe coming down onto that right shoulder. And you can extend the left arm a little bit further up if you want to. Start to press yourself back up and then we're going to switch sides. Inhale as you reach the left arm up, open the chest. And on your exhale, threading through the other side, coming down onto that left shoulder. Allow the head to relax. Take a couple of breaths here. Start to press yourself back up. And we're going to make our way into tabletop. On the inhale, dropping the belly, opening the chest. On the exhale, round through, come into cat. So you're going to keep going, taking your time, trying to exaggerate the movement as much as feels good for your body today. Maybe close the eyes as well if that helps you to tune in to the breath and to the body. You slowly start to tuck those toes under and start to sit the hips back, bringing the knees and the feet closer together. Just stretching out the feet here. And then if it feels okay, sit onto the heels. If it's too intense on the toes, just lift the hips up. Otherwise, sitting on the heels. And we're going to start to bring the arms out either side. Cross the right arm under the left. And you can either grab the shoulders, the backs of the hands touch, or maybe the palms come together. So you're going to see what feels best today. Gently start to lift the elbows up slightly, the hands away from the face. If your hands are in front. Keep drawing the belly button gently towards the spine. And release. We're going to switch sides, taking the left arm under this time, right arm over. Again, you have the option to grab the shoulders, stay there, or maybe take the palms together. Hands slightly away from the face. Draw the belly button gently in and up. Maybe lift the elbows slightly. And then gently release. Coming back into tabletop. And you can tap out the toes a little bit if they got a bit stuck there. And we're going to start to walk the hands forwards, come up onto the fingertips and sink the chest down towards the mat. So the hips stay over the knees or slightly in front. Keep a little bit of engagement in the core here so you're getting more into the upper back and the shoulders. Gently pressing the chest, the armpits down towards the mat. Maybe look forwards or you can just rest the head down. Nice. On the next exhale, draw the belly in and start to walk the hands back in. Tuck the toes under, up and back, downward facing dog. Just start to make any movements here that feel good, maybe bending into one leg and then the other. Walking out your downward dog or dropping the hips to one side and the other. And then on the next inhale, start to reach that left leg up. And you're going to bend the leg, open the hips. So maybe looking under that left armpit. Start to bring the knee in towards the chest, and then you're going to cross that leg down in front of you, finding your way into pigeon pose. So just shuffling that right knee back a little bit and finding that position that feels best for you. You shouldn't feel anything in the knee here, so just be cautious of that. If it feels okay, start to walk the hands back to bring the shoulders over the hips. Keep the breath flowing. And if it feels okay here, you can interlace the fingers behind you, index finger pointing forwards, and start to slide the hands down that back leg, lifting the chest up. Start to release, and you can start to come into reclined pigeon, lowering the chest down, walking the hands forwards. Maybe rest on the forearms here, or maybe bring the chest down towards the mat. Again, you're going to choose whichever position feels best for the hips today, and then just slow those exhales down. Start to bring yourself back up, lengthen up through the spine, and then we're just going to bend into the back leg. Start to gently pull that heel in towards the hips, maybe grabbing the foot and start to pull it in a bit closer. So again, think of pressing the hips down here, engage the glutes a little bit, allow the breath to flow, maybe taking the foot into the elbow crease as well. Just wherever you feel that nice gentle stretch on the quad, the hip flexor. If you have the foot in the elbow crease, maybe you want to reach the left arm up and over, maybe interlace the hands. And wherever you are, gently start to release that back leg. Tuck the toe under. Oh, don't tuck the toe under actually. We're just going to swing that leg around all the way to the front of the mat. Take the left foot on that inner thigh, and we're just going to start to bring the belly to the thigh, and then from there you can start to slide that heel forwards, trying to keep the contact with the belly on the thigh. And then you can start to lengthen that heel forwards a bit more if it feels good. Just taking a couple of breaths here, and just wherever you feel a gentle stretch. Slowly start to release, and then you're going to lift the hips, press the hips forwards, lift the chest, coming onto that knee and the right foot, reaching that top arm back, and then lower all the way down. We're going to take a twist, so reach that right arm across, left hand back, lengthen the spine, twisting from the belly button. Start to reach that left arm up towards the ceiling and then over, coming into that nice side bend. Keep gently pressing that top shoulder back slightly and drawing the belly button gently in, and release, coming all the way back up. From here we're going to just cross the ankle over the top of the right knee, the left ankle, and just relax here for a moment. If that feels like enough, you just stay there. Otherwise, you can start to pull the leg in towards the chest and rocking the leg side to side gently, keeping that top foot flexed just to protect the knee joint. Let's lengthen the spine and gently drawing that belly button inwards and upwards. Keep the breath flowing. And slowly start to release that foot down, and we're going to swing the right leg all the way back, tuck the toe under and press on back up into your downward facing dog. And then we're just going to start to gently press the chest towards the legs a bit more, just to open up the shoulders a little bit here in the upper back. Okay, and then come back to a neutral spine. Reach that right leg up, bend into the leg, open the hips, maybe looking under that right armpit, And then start to pull that knee in towards the chest and cross the leg down in front of you, coming on into your pigeon pose on the opposite side. So wiggle around, make sure you're comfortable. Check that back leg is in a straight line behind you. Lengthen up nice and tall through the spine. And if you want to, maybe interlace the hands here if it feels okay for your hips and your knee. And start to open the chest, lifting the chest up. If you prefer to keep the hands down on the floor for this, then just do that, but keep lifting that chest up. Gently release. And then from here, we're going to start to bring the chest forwards and down, coming on into our reclined pigeon. So you can stay on the forearms here, or maybe reach the arms forwards and come down onto the chest. Wherever you are, you just want to gently ease into it. So never push in too far. There shouldn't be any pain, just a gentle sensation in the outer hip. Slow the exhales down. Start to press yourself back up, and we're going to start to pull that left foot in towards the hips. Maybe take hold of the foot. You can pop it into the elbow crease if you want to, and play around with it here. On the inhale, maybe releasing slightly. On the exhale, gently drawing it in towards the hips. Keep some engagement in the glutes and keep the breath flowing. If you want to take that variation of reaching the right arm up, maybe interlacing the fingers, you can do that. Lift in the chest, drawing the belly button in and up just gently, and then release. Okay, and then we're going to swing the left leg all the way around to the front. The right sole of the foot comes onto the inner left thigh. And we're going to make our way into our forward fold again. So I like to bend the leg here and just bring the belly to the thigh. And then from there, I lengthen that leg forwards and down, but only as far as feels okay for you. So it's fine to have a bent leg. If it is, you just hold it there. Keep the breath flowing, just wherever you feel that gentle stretch along the back of the leg. Inhaling into the back, exhaling, drawing the belly button inwards and upwards very gently, a few times like that at your own pace. And then start to release. We're going to take our twist, so reach the left arm across, the right arm reaches up towards the sky. Maybe hold there, or you can start to reach up and over, as if you want to reach past your left foot rather than to the foot. Gently release, put the right hand down and press the hips up and forwards, lift the chest, lifting that left hand up and over, maybe looking towards that top hand, and then release all the way down. From here, start to cross that right ankle over the top of the left knee, somewhere where it feels comfortable, and maybe stay here, just allowing the hips to open a little bit. Keep that left foot flexed. If you want to, you can take hold of that leg, gently hug it in towards the chest, maybe pop the foot into the elbow crease. Keep it flexed again, just to protect that knee joint, and you can rock a little bit side to side, whatever feels good. Take your time, keep the breath going. Gently start to release that foot, and then we're just going to swing that left leg all the way back around into that pigeon. Just briefly tuck the toe, lift the leg and press up and back into downward dog. Take a few breaths here, pressing firmly into the palms of the hands. And then you're going to start to walk the hands back, bend into the legs a little bit, come into your forward fold. You can grab hold of the elbows if that feels good, maybe sway a little bit side to side. Maybe bend into one leg a little bit and then the other. Anything that feels good here. Again, just nice and gentle. Allow that neck to lengthen and release. Okay, and then start to place the hands on the mat and lower the hips back to come into a squat here, into Malasana. So if the hips are a bit high, that's fine. If you want to sit on a couple of blocks as well, if you find that's better, you can do that too. Otherwise, just keep pressing those knees back towards the pinky toes slightly. And bring the arms out either side. And then we're going to start to come up onto the toes, nice and high, lifting the heels, engage the glutes, lift up through the pelvic floor. Steady the breath. And release the heels back down. Okay, we're going to start to make our way into a straddle position here. So if you have a lot of tension in the hamstrings, just have the legs bent here. Just get that spine nice and tall and long. If you have a bit more openness, you can lengthen the legs down. Again, keep that spine nice and tall. And you can start to move the body side to side a little bit, sway in, and ease in your way forwards. So if it feels like enough to just stay with the back up straight, just stay there. And if you feel like you've got a bit more room, start to gently lower the belly, the chest towards the floor. Use those exhales to soften and relax. And then slowly start to bring yourself back up. Guide your legs back in. Take your time. And just crossing the legs here, you're going to just reach that right arm up and back. Coming into your tricep stretch here, you can grab hold of that top elbow with the other hand, pulling it in and back. Again, just until you feel that gentle stretch. If you've got space in the shoulder and it feels okay, you can start to reach the left arm down and back to maybe interlace the hands. If you can't interlace the hands, just grab hold of your t-shirt and release. We're going to switch sides, reaching the other arm up and back. Again, gently pull that tricep in towards the head and back slightly. Again, until you feel that gentle stretch. If you want to take that bind, reaching the right arm under and up, you can do that too. Again, keep that focus on the breath. And gently start to release. And just make yourself comfortable here. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands. If you want to sit on a block as well, just so the hips are a bit higher than the knees, can feel nice on the back. Allow the eyes to close or the gaze to lower. And start to bring your awareness to all the sounds that you can hear far away in the distance. Start to bring your awareness to sounds that you can hear a little bit closer, maybe within the house. And start to bring your awareness to sounds within the room that you're in, and maybe the sound of your breath. Just noticing, not trying to change anything, just being with the breath for a moment. You can stay here a little bit longer if you want, or if you're ready, take an inhale, start to reach the hands up and bring the hands to the heart. Thank you so much. Namaste.